I just finished editing our next video. We did 2 little promos. Take a guess which one I liked and see if you can guess which one Ryan liked. And then we'd love to hear which one you liked. Let us know by commenting below. Ryan was just featured on an amazing podcast.
Check it out at the link below.
Ryan was just featured in an amazing podcast.
Check it out at the link below.
Ugh. Welcome to downtown Lafayette. Lafayette is the biggest city and the capital of French Polynesia. There are approximately 284,000 people in all the islands. There are roughly 134,000 people living in Lafayette. That's almost half the population of French Polynesia. Marina time equals boat work time. Let the work begin! We started with overhauling the winches. The winches give us a mechanical advantage to adjust the sails when they're loaded with wind. Every little piece needs to be thoroughly cleaned, lubed, and assembled back together correctly. You just have to think of it like a puzzle. These winches have so many little pieces, and I kept telling Ryan to put something down to not lose any of them overboard. You can't get spare parts. They don't exist anymore, but he didn't listen. Ryan was so lucky, no parts fell overboard. Overhaul winches, done. Next, replace exhaust hose. Today we're taking out the old exhaust hose and putting in the new stuff. Well overdue. I think the exhaust hose in there is 30 years old, so it's time. This was a whirlwind of a day. About 16 feet of exhaust hose was finally removed. And yes, all of this stuff fits in that locker. I am the master packer. I'm tired. Replace exhaust hose, done. Next, get food. I'm gonna go over to the marché just to pick up some fruit. Do you want anything? Okay, check this out. They just stop for you. Look at this, even before you cross, they stop for you. You meet the sweetest people here. It's like the happy place. The array of produce and local fish found at the marché is a welcoming sight after sailing through the remote atolls of the Tuamotus. I wanted to buy a little of everything. Local beans. Yumi, sauce. Hey, Maruru. Okay, bon weekend.
Yeah.
Some bananas, please.
Yeah?
And some mangoes.
Yeah.
Where did you learn your English?
Because I'm not Tahitian. I'm Tongan.
What brought you to Tahiti?
This is my business.
Your business. And
I stay here a few months and then I be back.
in
back.
Tonga?
Australia. Go come back. I get married here. Pass away.
You passed away. Okay.
I'm free. Yeah, that is why I'm going like that.
How long ago did you...
I stay here.
Yeah.
It's coming 50 years then.
50.
I'm here 20 years.
When you were 20. Did you come here with your family or
by
vacation
myself.
by yourself? Good for you. Here's a bag. No plastic.
Ah, you have?
Yeah, I have.
Shopping center.
Thank you.
Okay. If you need something, you come
Thank
here.
you. Thank you. Hey, Nana. Hey, babe. Fridge is full. Next, replace coolant and replace the coolant hose. Naoma's engine had been overheating, and now being back in Tahiti and having access to boat parts, not only is Naoma getting another coolant change, but the culprit to her overheating is permanently being resolved.
One time we don't like a tighter hole.
It's like melted on the inside almost.
I would play alone in my bed.
We had spares for every hose in the engine except this little guy.
And what's the point of playing when you're so...
Here's a tip. Line up the heads on your screws and hose clamps, and with a quick glance, it will tell you if they're getting loose. Coolant and coolant hose done. Next, varnish. For varnishing, the weather has to be perfect. It can't be too hot, and it can't rain, or all that work will be ruined. So even though there were dark clouds over land, Ryan thought we should give it a shot, so we did. Oh, he was lucky once again. No rain, and the varnish came out pretty good. Varnishing done. Next, check the zinc and clean the heat exchanger. Due to Naoma's engine overheating, Ryan wanted to also check the heat exchanger.
We're flushing fresh water through the engine, so when we take this off and the water leaks all over everything, it doesn't put salt water all over the engine and corrode it.
Standard wrenches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the zinc's in great condition. When you have different kinds of metals together, they sort of eat each other up, and when you put zinc in there instead, zinc is gets eaten up more easily than the other metals, so the zinc sacrifices itself to keep the other metals from corroding away. Check your zincs.
The heat exchanger acts like the radiator in your car, except it uses seawater to help cool the engine.
Now this is the moment of truth. This whole thing was completely corroded the last time we peeked in. Let's take off the other side and see what we've got. And it's a little bit dirtier. It's not horrible. The tubes in there are really thin, they're easy to break. You're gonna poke in them, which is kind of the not way you're supposed to do it when you have other resources available. You gotta do it with something really soft, using a, this is like for brushing your teeth. It's really, really soft. It's like a little brush. And it's just the perfect size to get in there and kind of get the crud out of the openings to the holes.
A little vinegar to help clean her out, one last check, and she's ready to go back into service. Zinc checked. Oop. Heat exchanger cleaned. And last, fix the dinghy floorboards. Is the bike available?
Yes, we have the key.
Thank
If
you.
the key is there, you got the bike.
Maruru.
You're welcome.
Do you ever get frustrated when you lend somebody something and then you forget about it, so you go looking for it and you can't find it? Well, that's right now, so I'm frustrated. I hope Ace is open. Ah! Look at all the stores closed already. Even the gas station is closed. Ace is open. Yay! It's not $50 like the other one. It's only $8. Playing Tahitian music at Ace. Yarana! I love that security guard. Dinghy floorboards, done. We're not done with projects yet, but that's enough for this episode. That's a wrap.
You think you know just who I am. I really wanna dance.
You always laugh when I do that.